Private channels in Microsoft Teams create spaces within Teams that only specific people can access. Only the team owners, members, or guests of that private channel can access it, if they have been added to it. They have to already be a part of the team. Let's learn all the ins and outs of private channels, from how to create them, where the data is held, some differences with standard channels, and important administration information, such as how private channel sites don't show up in the admin console. You may want to use a private channel if you want to limit collaboration to those on a need-to-know basis, or you want to help facilitate private communication within a team without having to create an entirely new workspace. To create a private channel within a Microsoft team, start within the team you want to create it within. By default, any team owner or member can create a private channel, but not guests. Select the ellipses next to the team name, and then choose Add Channel. Name the private channel, provide a description if you find it necessary, and below, to make this a private channel, choose the drop-down under Privacy, and choose Private. Then choose Create. Now, within a private channel, only specific people from the team have access to it. Those can be owners, members, or guests that exist within the parent team. We can enter in users from the team and select them to add them to this private channel. Just like within a team, private channels can have owners and members, where owners are able to add people to it, the private channel. Once you've added somebody, you can change the role, though you can do this later as well. Finally, once you're finished, select Done. The private channel has been created, and we can see it here, because we are a part of that channel. They have a lock symbol on them to let you know that they're a private channel. Only people who are a part of it can access it, though owners of the team that are not part of the channel can see it without being able to access it, and even delete it if they find it necessary. The private channel has normal tabs that people can collaborate on. Users can use the Posts tab, they can upload files in the Shared Files tab, and even add other tabs. Now, the management aspect of a private channel happens within it. To manage a private channel, choose the ellipsis next to the channel name, where you can manage the channel settings, add members, and more. When we head into the Manage Channel option, we can see that we can update the members and their roles, we can access settings to manage the member permissions, @ mentions, and the fun stuff. We can also look at the analytics of this channel. Keep in mind that even if an owner is not a part of the private channel, they're able to navigate to the team management settings by choosing the ellipsis next to the team name and choosing Manage Team. If they access the channel settings, they can see all of them within the team, and even delete them from here. The limit of private channels per team is 30, and when a channel is deleted, there are 30 days to restore it before it's permanently deleted, unlike other standard channels. So now we've created a private channel where people can collaborate securely within a team. They're often used for a group of people wanting a focus space without creating another team, or if there's a discussion of sensitive information, like budgeting, resourcing, and other private information. From the administrative perspective, what actually happens when a private channel is created? Well, if you've watched our other videos, you'd know that private channels create their own independent SharePoint sites. Each team has a SharePoint site associated with it. That's where the files are held. Private channels also get their own SharePoint site, even though they're within a team. To access a private channel site, you can just navigate to the Files tab of that channel and choose Open in SharePoint. Keep in mind that the files within the document library of this site are linked with the private channel's Files tab. They're the same files and folders. The SharePoint site is separate from the team's SharePoint site, and there are some important differences. It's still a SharePoint site, so you can create custom libraries, lists, create and update pages, and whatever else you want to do with a site. But one important thing to note for administrators is that these private channels do not show up in the SharePoint administration console. They're hidden. They're still in your tenant, and you can query them using PowerShell, but they will not show up within the SharePoint admin console for you to manage from there. Just remember to track those private channels and teams, or you'll have private channels and sites all over your environment that you can't access or manage. Now keep in mind, it is possible to turn off private channels in the Teams admin console, but then you lose the seamless and easy creation of collaboration resources for your users. So that's what you need to know about Teams private channels. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have a question, drop a comment down below. And we'll see you next time.